Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from your respective positions. Once again, you are welcome here on the Awakening of Unconsciousness platform. So, this is the headline of international news. This is the headline of the news. NATO, which is manipulating Ukraine, has just backed down, has just retreated. NATO has just made a U-turn. While the whole world holds its breath regarding the May 9th parade in Moscow, while the whole world wonders what will happen on May 9th, since Ukraine announced that it would carry out a surgical strike during the parade, at this moment, Ukraine and NATO are making a dramatic turnaround. I don't know if we can call it a 180-degree turnaround, because even 180 is small. They are making an extraordinary turnaround. Ukraine has just given up its intention to strike during the parade scheduled for May 9th. You heard it right. NATO and Ukraine have just backed down. What is the fundamental reason? The reason will surprise you. Why is Ukraine backing down? This is what we are going to discuss in this video conference. But before continuing, I ask you to share this video. It needs to be shared as much as possible. Give it lots of likes. Share the video conference as much as you can. That's what it's about. So, let's dive into the depths. According to the official information, Ukraine is backing down from its attack because of Xi Jinping. You heard correctly. It's because of Xi Jinping, the Chinese president. You know, yesterday we hosted a video conference during which we mentioned that Ukraine was preparing, at least, despite Ukraine getting ready, to strike the May 9th parade. Nevertheless, the Chinese president decided to challenge the West, to challenge NATO, and to head to Moscow on May 9th. We hosted the video conference and we clearly stated that this decision by President Xi Jinping, which involves challenging the West, is proof that Xi Jinping's loyalty in his friendship with Vladimir Putin is unwavering, despite everything America has done and what Donald Trump recently attempted to do. Xi Jinping's participation in this ceremony is very, very important and truly marks the strength of the ties between China and Russia. So it has started to produce its effects. The strength of this relationship has started to produce its effects. NATO knows that if they bomb Russia while there are world leaders such as Xi Jinping present, it will create precedents. It will create an unimaginable precedent. It will be a direct conflict between China and NATO. That is World War III automatically. So it must be understood that Ukraine was obviously threatening. It was to scare the world leaders, to frighten them, and ensure that these world leaders could not confirm their presence and would back out. As it happened, we saw on the side of Hungary, with Hungary, Slovakia, with Viktor Orban and the Serbian president, who had fallen ill. And we were wondering if it was poisoning or if it was due to fear of NATO's threats. So, the fact that Xi Jinping confirmed his presence is what changed the game. Ukraine is very clear about this, huh? So, according to official information, Ukraine is refraining from attacking Russia because Xi Jinping, the Chinese president, will be at the parade. So, what is being said? The announcement was made. on May 5th. So today, May 5th, the announcement was made. And who made the announcement? By the former commander of the Aida battalion, known as Egevin Dicky. He is the one making the announcement. He says this: technically, we can do it. We can strike the May 9th parade. He says, but Xi Jinping has confirmed his visit. We currently know that more than 20 world-renowned political figures will participate in the parade on Victory Day, the day of victory in the Great Patriotic War. So he says, there you go. Xi Jinping has confirmed his presence. Technically we can, but Ukraine is backing down. We have not yet seen Volodymyr Zelensky's version, but this version sufficiently proves that Ukraine is taking a step back because of Xi Jinping. And as he says, like Egevin, yes? Afghani, there you go, that's it. Afghani. Dicky says it. There will be more than 20 personalities, more than 20 world leaders. So, if they launch missiles or drones during this parade, they would have truly triggered the Third World War. They would have attacked all the other world leaders who have done nothing to them. So obviously the world was left wanting, left thirsty. We were waiting to see what Ukraine was going to do concretely. Was NATO going to muster the courage to bomb? But here, Ukraine makes a spectacular turnaround. And so, here is the situation we are facing. And even before that, before Ukraine backed down, Volodymyr Zelensky had started delivering a speech indicating that Ukraine was preparing to back down. Zelensky announced last night on May 4th, 2025, that he does not believe in the 3-day truce planned or ordered by Vladimir Putin. He says that he does not believe in it. So, which means in a way, if he could believe in it, he would give up his strike. So, he wants some sort of guarantee to say that indeed the 3-day truce will actually take place. And when it happens, when he has the guarantee that it will indeed take place, these 3 days of truce, then he can better decide whether the strike should happen or not. That was yesterday. So, to the great surprise of the world today, as a logical continuation, on this May 5th, 2025, it is one of his high-ranking army officials who comes forward to obviously make this announcement. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the headline news. Thank you for sharing it as much as possible. I will be back shortly with more news. That was the voice of your one and only samurai.